The King, the Boy, and the Sorcerer. Once upon a time there lived a king. This king had a sorcerer. When the sorcerer grew old, he said to the king, "I am now very old. Send me a lad so I may teach him sorcery." So the king sent him a lad to learn sorcery. On the way to the sorcerer, there was a monk. The lad sat and listened to him. The monk impressed the lad very much, so whenever he went to the sorcerer, he would pass by the monk and sit with him for a while. This made the lad late in getting to the sorcerer. When he got there, the sorcerer would beat him. He complained to the monk about this. So the monk said to him, "If you fear the sorcerer, tell him my family delayed me. And if you fear your family, tell them the sorcerer delayed me." One day a huge beast appeared. It stood in the road. No one could pass. "Today I'll know who is better, the monk or the sorcerer," said the lad. So he took up a stone and said, "O Allah, if what the monk is doing is more loved by you than what the sorcerer is doing, then kill this beast, so that the people may pass." With that, the lad threw the stone. The stone struck the beast and killed it. The lad rushed over to the monk's house and told him what had happened. "My dear boy," said the monk, "you have now become better than me. Beware, you will face trials. If you are tortured, however, please do not tell anyone about me." The lad then started healing the blind and the lepers. It so happened that one of the king's advisers became blind. When he heard about the lad, he brought him many gifts and said, "You can have all that you see here if you can heal me." "I cannot heal anyone," said the lad. "Indeed, the only one who can heal is Allah. So if you believe in Allah, I will pray to Allah, asking him to heal you." So the king's adviser believed in Allah, and Allah healed him. The adviser then returned to the king. "Who restored your eyesight?" asked the king. "My lord," replied the adviser. "And do you have a lord other than me?" asked the king angrily. "My lord and your lord is Allah," answered the adviser bravely. With that, the king began to torture the adviser until he told him about the lad. The king then sent for the lad. "My boy," the king said to him, "you heal the blind and the lepers with your sorcery." "I do not heal anyone," the lad replied. "Indeed, it is only Allah who heals." The king then began to torture the boy until he told him about the monk. The king had the monk brought before him. "Give up your religion," demanded the king. The monk, however, refused. So the king sent for a saw and killed the monk. The king then sent for the adviser. "Give up your religion," demanded the king. But the adviser refused. So the king sent for a saw and killed him too. Now the king sent for the lad. "Give up your religion," demanded the king. The lad refused. "Take him to the mountain," ordered the king. "Make him climb up the mountain. When you get to the top, if he rejects his religion, spare him, or else throw him off." So they took the lad. When they got to the top of the mountain, the lad said, "O Allah, save me by whatever means you see fit." The mountain then shook, and the king's men fell off and died. The lad then walked back to the king. "What happened to the men who were with you?" asked the king. "Allah saved me from them," replied the lad. The king then handed him over to some more of his men. "Take him out in a boat until you get to the middle of the ocean. Then if he gives up his religion, spare him. But if he doesn't, throw him overboard," commanded the king. So they took the lad. When they got to the middle of the ocean, the lad said, "O Allah, save me by whatever means you see fit." So the boat overturned, and the king's men drowned. The lad then returned to the king. "What happened to the men who were with you?" asked the king. "Allah saved me from them, and you will never be able to kill me until you do as I tell you," continued the lad. "What shall I do?" asked the king. "Gather everyone in one place," said the lad. "Then tie me to a tree trunk. Take an arrow from my quiver and put it in the center of the bow. Then say Bismillah. Then release the arrow." The king did as the lad had instructed. The arrow landed on the lad's forehead. The lad died. "We believe in Allah, we believe in Allah," shouted the people. Then someone came to the king and said to him, "Haven't you seen that what you were afraid of has happened? Indeed, by Allah, all the people have now believed in Allah." The king then ordered his men to dig large trenches. He also commanded the men to light big fires in these trenches. "Whoever does not give up their religion, throw him into the trench." The people were thrown into the trenches of fire. Then a woman with her little baby came along the road. The woman stopped as she was reluctant to enter the trench of fire, but the baby looked at her and said, "Oh, Mama, don't be afraid, for indeed you are on the right path." So the woman, holding her baby, bravely went into the trench of fire. Allah promised to grant paradise to everyone who truly believes and does righteous deeds. The people of paradise will enjoy beautiful gardens and will live in beautiful castles forever and ever. The wicked people who torture believing men and women will be cast into the hellfire to be punished forever and ever. The end.